Wednesday Season 2 has reached its mid-season break, and while Netflix's decision to split the season into two parts still feels frustrating to many viewers, the way this part ended shows how to make the most of such a release. Episode 4 doesn't just stop the story, it drops several huge reveals, raises even bigger questions, and ends with a dramatic cliffhanger that's guaranteed to keep fans talking until part 2 arrives. The episode is packed with tense moments, clever connections between storylines, and some shocking character fates. And of course, it leaves Wednesday herself in a very dangerous position, even though no one really believes Netflix would actually kill her off halfway through the season. Still, the ending is so intense that it's worth going through every major detail so we know exactly where things stand when the show returns. At the center of everything is Willow Hill, the eerie asylum that has been connected to several mysteries this season. Episode 4's final act takes place there, and it's where Wednesday's ongoing investigation into the Crow Killer overlaps with Tyler and Marilyn's storyline. Things move fast, but the episode gives just enough clues for Wednesday to start putting the pieces together. Without her supernatural powers, Wednesday knows she has to rely on her network of unusual allies, so she starts calling in favors from the people she can still trust. The first person she contacts is her grandmama. Wednesday shows her the cemetery where she's discovered fake cremations for former Willow Hill patients. These were people whose obituaries she had previously found hidden in Sheriff Galpin's cabin. Wednesday's instincts tell her she's on the right track, especially when a one-eyed crow swoops down and steals her evidence. Determined to dig deeper, she asks her grandmama, Hester, to purchase the cemetery so Wednesday can investigate further. Hester agrees happily, though it's clear part of her motivation is to annoy Morticia, which she seems to enjoy just as much as helping Wednesday. Wednesday also reaches out to her Uncle Fester, asking him to get himself admitted into Willow Hill so he can investigate a mysterious name she's come across, Lois. Fester says it's been a long time since he was last there. Apparently, not since Ophelia was sent, but he's eager for the chance to act like a lunatic and infiltrate the place. He creates chaos in a hotel, which conveniently gets the attention of the sheriff's department. His antics also lead to an unexpected discovery. Bianca's mother, who has been hiding thanks to Bianca's siren song after escaping a dangerous cult, is found and taken into custody along with Fester. Fester seals the deal by eating a cactus, convincing the authorities that he needs a full psychological evaluation. The goal, of course, is for him to fail it completely so he can get into Willow Hill. The investigation takes a major step forward when Hester returns with the deeds to the cemetery and tells Wednesday that a man named Augustus Stonehurst signed off on all the fake cremations. Hester's motivation is still partly about irritating Morticia, but this information is exactly what Wednesday needs. Not long after, Nevermore is attacked by crows. Wednesday tries to chase down the killer but fails, running instead into Dr. Fairburn and Miss Capri, both looking suspicious. She decides to send Thing to cling to Fairburn's car and follow him to Willow Hill. She instructs Thing to tell Fester to look for Stonehurst as a lead to finding Lois. Fester discovers that Stonehurst, once the director of Willow Hill, is now a patient there himself. By electrocuting some chatty birds Stonehurst talks through, Fester learns where to find Lois. But while investigating, he accidentally crosses paths with Marilyn, who warns Dr. Fairburn about him. Fester is quickly locked up alongside Slurp, while Thing manages to escape. Realizing Fester is in trouble, Wednesday sends Thing back inside to organize a rescue, calling on Agnes and Enid for help. Through another contact, Orloff, Wednesday also learns that Stonehurst had a daughter and built her an aviary in Iago Tower, which only strengthens her theory that the avian killer is either Dr. Fairburn or Miss Capri. Wednesday puts together a bold plan to break Fester out of Willow Hill. She uses one of Miss Capri's music therapy sessions as cover to get inside and free him. But while Fester is unattended, Slurp manages to get loose and runs into Marilyn's guards. This allows Marilyn to escape. In the process of exploring the facility, Wednesday and Fester find a hidden door in the maintenance room, leading them to the truth about Lois. It's not a person at all. It's an acronym for Long-Term Outcast Integration Study. The project fakes patients' deaths, then uses them as test subjects for horrifying experiments. The prisoners whose obituaries Wednesday found earlier are all here, undergoing disturbing physical transformations. It's at this point that the real killer finally steps out of the shadows. Judy, Fairburn's right-hand woman. She is revealed to be Stonehurst's daughter, and the aviary in Iago Tower was built for her. Judy explains that her father experimented on her at her request, turning her from a normal human into an avian hybrid. She now continues his work by experimenting on all the captives in the Lois program. One of those captives appears different from the rest, less physically altered, and Wednesday immediately suspects she's important. When Fester blasts a massive surge of electricity, it frees all the experiments, who turn on Judy and chase her away. Wednesday stays behind to help the final woman, who she believes is almost certainly her Aunt Ophelia, escape safely. The body count starts to rise quickly in the final moments of the episode. Now free, Marilyn heads straight for Tyler to rescue him, but their relationship is far from loving. Tyler makes it clear he still wants to kill her, giving her a 5-second head start before he transforms into his Hyde form and chases her down. The head start doesn't help. He catches and kills her easily. Meanwhile, both Dr. Fairburn and Stonehurst meet their end when Slurp, the monstrous zombie, attacks. In a twisted moment, Slurp seems to recognize Stonehurst, possibly from his own time at Nevermore, before killing him. The episode builds to its most shocking moment when Wednesday crosses paths with Tyler, now fully transformed and dangerously powerful. He throws her out of an upstairs window, and she crashes to the ground outside Willow Hill. The final shot of Part 1 shows her lying unconscious and badly injured. The fall is brutal, and the scene is played as though Wednesday could be dead. Of course, most fans doubt Netflix would actually kill off its lead character halfway through the season, but the show leaves her fate hanging in the balance. It's a smart way to keep viewers anxious and eager for the second half, especially since the cliffhanger comes right after so many big reveals. By the end of Wednesday Season 2 Part 1, several mysteries have been solved, but plenty of questions remain. We know who the Crow Killer is, we've uncovered the truth about Lois, and we've seen several key players meet violent ends. But the season's biggest character is lying in the dirt, and until Part 2 arrives, we won't know exactly how she'll bounce back, or what the survivors will do next. It's a risky, high-energy midpoint, and while the split season format still feels unnecessary, it's hard to deny that Wednesday just gave fans one of the most suspenseful half finals in recent Netflix history.